The TOS-1 Solntsepyok heavy flamethrower system has been filmed inflicting blows on the positions of Ukrainian troops using 220mm thermobaric shells. The use of such weapons has sparked concerns about the escalation of the conflict in eastern Ukraine and the potential for further human rights abuses and civilian casualties. The TOS-1 is a Russian-made weapon that has been in service since the 1980s. It is designed to launch thermobaric rockets that create a cloud of flammable gas, which is then ignited, creating a powerful explosion that can destroy buildings, vehicles, and personnel within a large radius. The weapon is particularly effective against fortified positions, bunkers, and underground structures. The recent footage of the TOS-1 being used in eastern Ukraine has caused alarm among human rights organizations and the international community. The use of thermobaric weapons in populated areas can result in significant civilian casualties and damage to infrastructure, as the explosion can cause buildings to collapse and start fires. The conflict in eastern Ukraine has been ongoing since 2014, when Russia annexed Crimea and separatist movements in the Donbas region declared independence from Ukraine. The conflict has resulted in the deaths of over 13,000 people, including civilians, and has displaced millions of people. The use of heavy weapons, such as the TOS-1, has been a significant factor in the escalation of the conflict, with both sides accused of using weapons that cause indiscriminate harm to civilians. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, OSCE, has reported a significant increase in ceasefire violations in recent months, with the use of heavy weapons and the deployment of troops near the contact line. The use of the TOS-1 by separatist forces in eastern Ukraine has also raised questions about the role of Russia in the conflict. The Russian government has denied direct involvement in the conflict, but has been accused of providing military support to separatist forces, including weapons and troops. The use of such weapons in the conflict has also been a source of tension between Russia and Ukraine, with both sides accusing the other of violating international law and committing war crimes. The International Criminal Court, ICC, has launched an investigation into the conflict, and the United Nations has called for all sides to respect international law and human rights. The recent use of the TOS-1 in eastern Ukraine has underscored the need for a peaceful resolution to the conflict, and for all sides to respect international law and human rights. The international community has called for an immediate ceasefire, the withdrawal of heavy weapons, and for all parties to engage in dialogue to find a peaceful solution to the conflict. In conclusion, the recent use of the TOS-1 Solntsepyok heavy flamethrower system in eastern Ukraine has sparked concerns about the escalation of the conflict and the potential for further human rights abuses and civilian casualties. The international community has called for an immediate ceasefire and for all sides to respect international law and human rights. The conflict in eastern Ukraine must be resolved through peaceful dialogue, and all parties must respect the rights and dignity of all civilians caught up in the conflict.